Hi friends, good morning and welcome to Social Studies class. Today we are discussing the power sharing, revision of power sharing, political science chapter 1. And in this class we shall discuss about what is majoritarianism and majoritarianism in Sri Lanka. Yes, students may have seen various forms of government like democratic government, monarchy, aristocracy, or you can say hereditary, or kings, various types of government we have seen. Okay, now here in Sri Lanka we will see a type of government which was formed after its independence was Mesopotamian government. Okay, nothing but in the year 1956 an act was passed in Sri Lanka, and as per that act, Sinhala was taken as the language, and majority of the people in Sri Lanka were the Sinhala speakers, so they formed the government based on the Mesopotamian, nothing but Sinhala speakers were given priority. And later in coming days they declared that Buddhism will be the state religion. Okay. Now here what happened? The Tamilians, who were possessing 18% of the population, they were neglected. Okay. They were denied from all the basic rights. They were not considered a citizen of Sri Lanka. Whereas the Sinhala peoples, they had all the possibilities to join the universities, colleges, to get the government jobs and all, whereas the Tamil speakers were denied from all the government opportunities, facilities, subsidies, everything. They were not admitted in government colleges, schools and all. They were not given permission for all these studies and all. They were not allowed to get in the government jobs and all. So, and they don't have economic and social and cultural equality in the country. So, they wanted to have same basic rights like Sinhala speakers, but they could not do. That is why they formed a separate political parties known as LTTE, known as Liberation of Tamil Tigers Freedom. Okay, this was formed by the Tamil speakers of Sri Lanka. Their demand was that we see the northeastern part of Sri Lanka, this area of Sri Lanka is dominated by Tamil speakers. So they wanted to have separate land for this Tamil people. Liberation of Tamil Tigers in this area. They wanted to have separate area for this, which the Sri Lankan government was not ready. Now, so they formed political parties, protests and all started, revolts and all started against the government and all. Finally, it took the form of a civil war. Okay, civil war. Now what is civil war? War within the country between any community or any language, religion, people against the government for their needs, rights. Okay, such type of war which fought within the country, okay, among civilians is known as a civil war. So in Sri Lanka, civil war took place. Now because of this, what happened? The total peace and harmony of Sri Lanka was disturbed. From both the sides, from the government side, from the LTT side, thousands and thousands of people were killed. Okay, the country's growth, progress, development came to halt. It was reduced. In chapter 1 in economics, we have studied about the economic condition of Sri Lanka. But because of the civil war, the economic condition of Sri Lanka or the economy of Sri Lanka deteriorated. It came down. Okay, the progress in the Sri Lankan economy was halted. Apart from what happened, many people, they took shelter as a refugee in another country. Many were forced to leave their area, leave their village and take shelter in other countries or some other else place. So this was the effect of the civil war in Sri Lanka. Okay, next. At the same time in Belgium. So what happened? Belgium also there was a problem of community language problem. There we saw Dutch people, French people were dominating in certain areas. In the capital city of Belgium, Brussels, French were dominating. In the countryside or in the country, okay, the Dutch were dominating. So during 1973 to 1990, between these, more than three times, the Belgium constitution was amended. And they came to proper conclusion and understanding that they will have three levels of government. Central government, okay, then you will have government at the capital level, and third one is the community government. Now central government, both the community will have, that is Dutch and French speaker, equal number of members, so that when any chance or any situation comes to take any decision based on majority, any particular community cannot take the decision by themselves. Both the community has to understand, come to conclusion to make the decision. Same way, in the capital city of Belgium, Brussels also it was there. Okay, but the state government was not subordinate to the central government. Finally, there was a third type of government known as community government. Community government. Now, this community government was at village level, like how we have in our village, Pradhan, Sarpanch, we have no Gram Panchayat elections and all. Same, they have community government, but little different here, because these people were living the French and Dutch community wise, but they are living in those regions or area where the language speakers were more in numbers. So they have got ample of freedom to develop their community, to develop the language, culture, tradition, okay, community, everything. They got complete freedom, and the funds were given by the central and the state government for the development of their community. So in this way, what we saw in Belgium, without any bloodshed, without any war, without any protest, what happened? Peacefully they resolved the problem which was existing in the country. And this Belgium model became very, very important, very popular among the world. And when European countries, they formed the European Union, Brussels, the capital city of Belgium, was taken as chosen as a headquarter of the European Union, because they one of the best example how to solve the problem where different community people exist, different language people exist. Okay, so this was one of the best example, Belgium. Whereas we saw in Sri Lanka, minority people were neglected, they were not given preference by the government, and the result came that it took the violent form, and finally it was converted into civil war. And civil war means there was a loss of both men and material, lives and properties, and peace and harmony of the country was disturbed. Economy of the country was destroyed. So everywhere we saw there was a loss in Sri Lanka. But Belgium, peacefully, without any bloodshed, happily they were living. So this was accommodation in Belgium and Sri Lanka, and the result of Mediterranean government in Sri Lanka. So students, tomorrow will continue different forms of government. By the time, take care. See you.